checking out the progress here with our tunnel that we put into the base. So you'll see you got a little ramp up here. I'm gonna put the hangar door right in here as we get under the mountain. That way it'll look recessed and be beveled on the edge with the mountain rock, which I think will be pretty cool. And then the plan is eventually have like garage parking down here for the hover vessels. That way not everything's just sitting right outside. I kind of like them having protection. Peaches is still working on his capital ship. He's doing his sensor work and stuff. So he did pop down here for a little while yesterday. But other than that, not too much activity from Peaches on this planet just yet. We did mine up some promethium. We had some ores that were kind of near the base, but you can see here on the map, we still have a lot of resources to get, and probably even more stuff to discover, because I don't think the entire map has been explored, or maybe I did, I can't remember, but a lot of resources to get while we're here. That's going to be the plan. So we're setting up shop, making a nice base. And at the same time, we're trying out some base design with some glass and the combat blocks here and being embedded inside of a mountain. So I thought it was a pretty cool theme for this one. This is a snow mountain, or sorry, snow planet. So it looks like everywhere we go, for those that are familiar with Minecraft terminology, it's kind of like a taiga biome all throughout here, which is pretty neat. And the monsters are even different. There was some creepy crawlies on here that will make your skin crawl. Kind of like a hybrid between spider slash praying mantis slash scorpion kind of thing. If you're familiar with Pokemon, the Scyther Pokemon that has like the blades on the front legs, that's kind of what this thing has. It's crazy looking. We'll find them here eventually. They're out and about, and we will eventually need to go out and get some resources. I need to get wood, in particular, and plants, because right now we're in the situation where I could go back to our home planet, but I really don't want to just yet. And the refrigerator here, this is our input materials. We don't have things to make food. And if we look over here, I am on a time limit. I only have 26 meat burgers left before I will starve and die. So yeah, we're trying to do what we can on the planet without needing to actually leave the planet. Okay, so I think that brings us up to speed with what we're accomplishing during the stream today. We're gonna design the base some more and continue working on our front-facing section here, which I'm gonna knock those concrete blocks out, put the glass in place, and to make this airtight, I actually have a boost right now in my suit. So let me show you that and how that works for those that might want to check this out. I'm gonna repair my drill real quick because I've been, like I said, I hand carved out that tunnel at first, and then I took the beast through it. But in the armor locker here, I'm wearing medium armor, and one of the cool things I have on right now is this EVA boost, which takes away some of the armor value of my suit. However, we have the insulation here, this cold protection of 190. When we first landed on the planet, that was not in my suit, and during the building phase when I was digging this out, I had to keep running over to the portable heater and warm up and then run back out. So it was a little tedious doing that all the time. So not everyone that comes and visits the planet is going to have an EVA boost. So I need to seal in the walls, the base here. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I want to keep the rock look in here. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get this to be sealed up and airtight when I have the ceiling to worry about. But I'm hoping that with being able to bleed over, like that glass pane right there actually extends in a 2x2. So I'm hoping there's no air leaking right there. But we're going to find out. We're going to get our hangar doors out, because this is what I was waiting to build here. And I need to put my wireless connection back up. I took it down for working here on the base. So we'll just kind of sneak that guy in like right up here. And that way we can access the inventory of anything in the base when we're out to a maximum range of 100 meters. So those wireless connections, I think they're pretty much mandatory. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? Alright, cargo doors. Let's walk over here, and I need to double check the size that I can do so I know exactly how I want to build this. So let's grab the biggest hangar door we can. So the default is 5x3, and that's what I had. I think I might have had 5x3 at the old base, or maybe it was a 7x5. So we got a 9x5, a 10x5, 10x9, 13x7, and a 14x7. So we can kind of go long and tall, this 10x9, or we can go super wide and 7 tall. So maybe I'm just going to do this 14x7. And this is going to be like ridiculous. 14 might be a little too big. But if I do the garage idea, not like anything's going to be parking in here. So maybe, let me step this down. We'll do a smaller door in here. Maybe a 7x5. Yeah, this might actually be a little better for in here. And I'm going to try to stay to the right of the walkway here. So I might have to hop back into the beast, continue drilling out this right-hand side, keep laying down cement blocks, and we'll get our tunnel good to go. But for right now, let's just grab our concrete real fast and see if we can't at least get the door installed. So we're just going to grab a section right over there and come back here a bit with it. So if we're going for 7 wide, 1, 2, gotta love counting blocks, right? It's like Minecraft all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be right around there. So we would actually need to go a little wider. Alright, let's just blast. It'd be a really wide tunnel for no vehicle. I like how I keep changing my mind. But that's what happens when you're designing stuff. So this 5x3 actually isn't too terrible right there. And that, let's see, maybe right there? That actually looks pretty decent right there. And we can just cover this up a little bit. Momo did have this texture that she chose over here, so I think I'm gonna steal some of that texture onto this block and put it next to the cargo door. So here we go. We'll just, I guess we'll start here at the top. So I copy that block again, and I can still grab some of this floor, because I need to do the floor first. Well, in my mind I need to do the floor first. Alright, so we don't want to do too much here. We're just looking to get this extended a little bit. Get some symmetry. Come on, blocks. There we go. Okay, so that completes the floor for right there. And I want to try to keep the rock in here as much as I can, because I like the blend. I like the transition, and I like the feel of, yo, we're in a mountain. This is inside a mountain base. You know, think about all the cool bases that you know of. Like, even Batman. Batman was in a cave. You know, take the Batmobile into the cave. So, kind of have a little Batman vibe here. So you can't go wrong with, you know, what's been done before. Especially when it's Batman. I don't know how I feel about that block now. Like, I think this is my steel one. No, it's my concrete. I don't know how I feel about that texture now that I'm putting it right up against there. We might have to change that. Let's see. Put my cargo door back in here. And let's see. Maybe I'll change my multi-tool. Oh no, we need to leave that on 9 because that's a powerful thing. It can zap half my base away if I click the wrong button. We'll get my texture and my color picker out. And let's play experiment with concrete. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna see what we can do here with some of these textures. See if we can't find something that would go pretty nicely with my cargo door. Maybe this one. And then we can always color it. So if I wanted to do a darker color, we frame the door with that particular block. And I think that actually does look kind of nice. So let's just apply it all around and see what we think. I like the contrast between the black and the gray. It kind of helps make it pop a little better. And then we'll frame it up there at the top. So we'll get the drone out for this. This is what Minecraft needs right here. No having to do nerd polls to get where you want to do with your building. You can just deploy a personal drone and tell it to do your bidding. So here we are. We're just going to apply that right there across the top. Come on, come back, blocks. Be my friend. There we are. Alright, so we have framed our hangar door. Again, I'm not too sure what we're going to do for the rest of the wall pattern in here, but for now, I like the colors that we picked there to frame this with. And, oh, that doesn't look too bad either. It's kind of like what you would expect to find in like a man's bathroom right there. This is a cool base, but we're not doing a bathroom right now. So we're gonna, oh my goodness, what texture did I use? I can't even remember which one I picked. I'm pretty sure it was on page 2. Was it this one? And it's just not, nope. Oh my goodness. This is great fun when you can't remember which one you picked, but that's okay. Because we can just zap that back, and this block's already programmed to put that texture down, so we'll just cheat. Don't have to remember what you picked. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about having the hangar door, and this is going to give me a good idea how long I want to make, or how wide I want to make this tunnel going this way. And smaller HVs can get in here like the beast, no problem. We're going to dig that out a little bit more and put more concrete down. That's later today. Trying to get that to drop back down. And I do have this little basement area, but I haven't really figured out what I want to do with the basement area. I kind of like, normally I like to hide the really big items like the tier 2 generator, as you can see. But in a way, I'm kind of digging this like open floor plan, just shove everything in here, mad scientist vibe that we have going on here. I mean, you come in the door, you got the animated generator going, you got oxygen tanks and ventilation over here, even though we're not even on a planet that requires oxygen to be manufactured and spread throughout the base. But still, it's the coolness factor, right? Like, what extra stuff can we put in here? We've got our fuel tanks over here. That's the tier 2 one that I managed. Oh, sorry, tier 3. I scavenged this off the moon off of a wreck. Like, I can't even make a tier 3 fuel tank. But it looks awesome! And then we have our collection here of tier 1s. And then we have our storage, our deconstructor, and then ammo, and the same kind of setup that we have in the first base. The colors are exactly the same for the chest contents. And yeah, so let's get to resuming our build here with the glass and opening this up a little bit. You know, we're in a mountain. It's very cool, but I still want to be able to, you know, when it's light outside, have some windows. This is the first base I'm doing that's actually going to have windows that I put in. So here we are. I did frame that out a little bit, so we're just going to zap some of these blocks out. And even though I know I can use my drone, sometimes I just like to get over here with my character. So here we go. I think I wanted to start, yeah, right around in here. And Structural integrity makes me a little nervous sometimes, so if you ever want to pull up the menu, you can go into N. You hit N like Nancy, go over here to debug, and check the box for show structural integrity. And dark green is like this neon green is actually the best. And then as it weakens, it starts getting darker. It'll go to green, and then you kind of get like a heat map where it goes to reddish color. And hover vessels don't count, so that's why that's all red over there. So we're just gonna plink along here, take some blocks out, and you might see me checking the screen periodically to make sure that I'm not about to have an accident here and lose all my glass that's on the ceiling as the whole thing caves in. I did have a little bit of a fiasco last night with I had a tower out here with a turret on it, and I was extending the turret platform so I could put 3 turrets side by side, and apparently one cement structure or column is not enough to support the added weight of the concrete up there, so the whole thing just fell off, and the turret fell off, and I lost all my mats, all my materials. So I was like, ah! So structural integrity, it is a thing. So we're just gonna put our windows in. And I really like this particular window set because I can do the 2x2. So the drones do come and attack, but like I said, I'm hoping that everything's gonna be okay with that. And then we'll put it right there. I want to have the glass on the outside of the block. I could flip it around and have it on the inside, but I kind of like it more on the outside of the block here. And all the windows in this game are tinted, which I don't quite understand why everything has to be tinted. You would think that we could have a slightly lighter tint color or be able to change the tint ourselves, maybe like the color tool, you know, like blast how dark you want it to be. But hey, the amount of customization that you get with your blocks in this game, I'm not going to complain because they have done a phenomenal job for a game that's still experimental. So let's just move along here and zap out a few more blocks and show my structural integrity again. Still looking pretty good. And then I think, did I count this okay? We might have to shorten that up a little bit. Alright, back to doing our glass. Pop that in here. Alright, so that row up to this point is done. You can see we kind of have the rock right here from the mountain bleeding through. I actually want to try to keep that. So if I can avoid drilling, I'm going to try to do that. Okay, so decision time. I think I'm just gonna put my combat blocks back. So you'll see here I have the combat steel here, and because I didn't count that out right from looking backwards, from back here further back, we're just gonna take this out and we'll just do a double layer of support right here. I don't think that's the pattern I want. Okay, we're gonna have to copy this right here. Okay, we should be set. Oh no, that is not, not the color I wanted. But I think I remember this. Wow, we have, was it? Yeah, it was this rivet looking one with the rivets on the outside. So we'll just hand do this one since I didn't get it to go right. And I guess this is colored. That's a darker color than what was on there originally. Oh, I accidentally threw a window down in all this madness. Yeah, vertical 2x2. No wonder it was looking darker. That's crazy. Let's put a window where we don't want a window. Alright, and I think over here, we're completely in the mountain, so we don't need to have any windows over here, and that is exactly what just happened. So kind of have this texture that Momo picked out, so I think I'll keep it. Oh, something just exploded. I lost a block up there somewhere. It's probably hanging off the edge, so that's the thing. Yeah, so we'll just zap all this. Now the other thing I was thinking about is I could still put the windows up so you can still see the rocks. So that's also an idea. And let's just go ahead and put window right there. Sometimes block placement gets a little finicky. I'll try to get like the very edge of this. Okay, so then we should be set on the outside of the perimeter. Boom. And again, I love that you can clip through land masses in this game. A lot of these voxel-based games, they will complain if you try to put a block and it is obstructed by like this. If this wasn't the case, I'd have to drill this out and then put the window there. But the fact that I can put the window and it clips through the rock, I just love that. So that way I can keep this organic feel as I continue to build. So again, we're just gonna, I might not have good luck with trying to place, but we're gonna see what we can do. If anything, I can always put the block back in that I just took out. So hopefully we can just grab up here, and I don't know if I'm able to pull it off. Which way are we oriented? And we gotta keep that so that it's that way. And, oh, we just fell. Wow. That was definitely, we just fell completely down into the second floor. Was not expecting that. Alright, so let's get my combat skill out of there. And we're gonna cover up that little hole so I don't have that happen again. And this is just normal concrete blocks down here, as far as the texture is concerned. Alright, so good thing got an elevator waiting for me. Okay, so let me hop back up here. And let's continue to work. Yeah, I must have probably put another concrete block right here. And there. Okay. Last time. So it seems like it's not gonna do what I want it to do. So in this part, it is gonna complain that I have some rock right here. So I really would like to have the glass. So we're just gonna take our drill. Maybe we can get a little bit of this removed, but still keep, you know, some of this coming in. Most people aren't gonna see right here because we have the cargo containers. So let's try now. After we did 3 blasts with the drill, 3 short pulses, and we're still not able to put that in line with the other ones there. So let's just rinse and repeat here. Try and blast a little. Alright. Come on, Empyrion. Be my friend. Let me put my glass right there. Ah, is not liking that at all. Alright, a couple more pulses. Oh, there we go. So, right there's our rock bleeding into the base, and we have our glass pane. We still got some of that look, even though it's being obstructed by cargo containers. I'm still happy with the fact that that's the thing, that I can do that. Alright, next set. Just take out that concrete. and install our next window pane. Boom, presto, changeo, no problemo. And we got a little bit of dirt right there, just a speck. Actually, is that, it's right outside the glass right there. Oh my goodness, that's great. I don't like little floating, defying physics dirt blocks like this. Like this little pebble of a dirt. Like, move! Get out of there. You're not natural by any means, like vampires. Okay. Let's just go ahead and take this out because I can put more cargo container right there. And let's see how this looks. Come over here. Just back up a little bit. That actually looks pretty nice. Got our dark gray. We have our large like bay windows facing out from the mountain. We even have skylight up here at the top. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Alright, let's see here. I'm kind of curious now if we take a look at air tightness in the structure. Yeah, see, I even sneaked and snuck in some blocks up here. You can kind of see the green tint that I got blocks in the ceiling. And I will be leaking oxygen out from this side. And I keep talking about oxygen, but the other thing that we have going on in here is this is a really cold place. So I kind of want to make it airtight so we can regulate the temperature. So if someone doesn't have the EVA boost in their suit, they'll be okay. So I might end up using glass. I should probably queue up more glass actually, because I think I'm going to go through the 27 panes that I have fairly quickly. So we'll just go over here and look for windows and make sure we're set to show windows that work in the base. And we're going to make more. Let's go with, I don't know, 30. We'll make 30 more. Good news is that if you don't end up using all the materials, you can always recycle them. And speaking of recycling, I did say I do not like these heavy windows, so I'm actually going to recycle those. And we'll just turn our deconstructor on.
It's showing up.
What's up?
I thought my audio wasn't kicking in.
Oh.
Like, what?
You're good. Are you talking about microphone or are you talking about listening?
Yeah. Microphone.
Oh, I've heard you the whole time, dude. You've been clicking, clacking around on keys. It's all good.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Oh, good.
You using push to talk? Or are you using,
I wrecked 3 mouse buttons to push to talk. I was trying to not use it for a bit.
You might have to adjust your TeamSpeak settings for the voice activation limit then.
Because I had it, I've adjusted it a couple times, but I never heard anyone complain, so I just left it.
See, I was wondering how it's going to make air tightness happen and still show off the rocks without covering everything up like concrete or other blocks. So I think using the glass like I am right now is actually still going to preserve the fact that we're still inside the mountain. So I'm actually going to have trouble placing that block right up here. So we're actually going to drill that out a little bit. Since we're actually inside the mountain right here, I can kind of drill leisurely because this is not poking out to the outside. We're always going to have that rock look, even if I kind of go up a little bit here. And then I left the beast parked right there, so if I need to clear or push back any of the rocks in here, I can do so pretty easily. Alright, let's take a look. Definitely like the combat steel here, And I chose that simply because of the drones that come by, the enemy drones that come to the base. I don't want them blowing up my base. So we put in a higher hit point value block throughout the top and the perimeter. And you'll notice even outside I put a little bit of combat block out there. I don't really have much out here at all. I'm kind of hoping that they're not going to try to shoot the terrain. And even if they do, you know, I think if you just shoot dirt, it just... Unless you're using missiles. Missiles will remove dirt, I've noticed that. But bullets, I don't think bullets have any effect on dirt. We're going to find out, though, if the drones make it over the hill and they don't die immediately to the turrets. So, kind of waiting for the next drone attack to see what will happen here with my handiwork. So, stay tuned. When drones strike! I don't know what I want to color this block. Goodness gracious. What texture do we want to pick? What is this thing? But that's not even what I put on there. Is it like, oh, it's actually kind of tiny. I don't want something that you have to get right up on the sea. No one wants that. No. What if I did medium? Whoa. Oh, that's just the palette. Oh, that's just great. I did not want to color the floor. That was already the color that it needed to be. But like I said, the cheaty tool here is to just grab it back up, and then when you go to place your concrete, you can just mirror what's already been styled nearby, and we can just pop that right back in here like it never happened. Then you don't have to worry about choosing what texture was on there. Alright, back to the texture tool. Put this back on small. Kind of in a mountain. What looks like
Alright, let's
rocks.
try those settings.
Maybe this one or this one?
Let me know if it gets disruptive.
It's like, hey, look, you have these stones that's like a stone block right there. And for comparison, what is that one? Oh, that actually kind of looks more like the colors to the outside. I'm wondering if I could color this and if it does anything.
How do I block the audio from my keyboard?
Now that kind of looks neat. Because you can lighten this up or you can make it darker. I don't know how I feel about stone on stone though. I think we just need to change out and do something completely different. We'll just reset these. Alright. And let's go back to the texture picker. Sometimes this is the hardest part, is trying to figure out, I guess the terminology is your palette that you're going to use. That looks interesting. Could go for a really bright... No, I don't really want a bright color in here. Kind of want to stick a little bit to maybe some earth tone kind of deals. This is tricky. Let's get rid of that texture. Need to find something that I like. This just reminds me of bathroom tile. Like, oh, you ready to take a shower now? That might be pretty decent right there. In a dark color. I think I might try using that for a little bit. We already have the dark color from the combat steel. Maybe I can make this more gray. That almost matches. It's definitely a different texture. But I don't need to keep using the steel blocks when we're this far into the base. I think we're gonna roll with this. Alright. Alright, so we'll just expand this out so I can get my perimeter established. And we'll do the same thing over here. I had already put down the floor tiles, so I know we won't run into any structure issues. Peaches, I think you're worse.
That's what I was thinking. Watching it activate, I'm like activating way more than last time.
You should probably find out what Bloops uses. Bloops has a noise gate thing that he does. It's actually really good. But it might be a TeamSpeak plugin. I don't think it's the native settings.
He has what?
He has a noise gate set up with his TeamSpeak.
How does he do that?
I don't know. We'll have to see if he can enlighten us.
I did change it a little bit, and I think I've moved it the wrong direction. No. Still there. I just use. I have more than one button for my mouse. Wrecked the last couple. Buy a new mouse. I was trying to avoid that.
Yeah, because this gets rid of background noise, hisses, and stuff like that. Let me send you a link. SourceForge has something.
Ooh.
Full disclaimer, I haven't used it, but you can check it out. Alright, we're gonna zap these away.
What's it called?
Noise Gator. Alright, there we go. Getting our perimeter established. Looking pretty good so far, if I do say so myself. And we're kind of keeping that same tone. It looks like it's a little bit darker than the combat still, but it's very similar. So I'm kind of digging this. Alright. I think at some point I'm going to move the fuel tanks, and maybe I can make it a little auxiliary hidden back room here. Well, not really hidden, but maybe like a maintenance room. I think that would be kind of cool. And then I can move some of this back there. But again, do we want to have Dr. Evil's lab / Batman's cave base? Kind of, sort of, because Batman has all that stuff out there, and I keep talking about Batman, but Batman has a really dope base. You know, he goes over there and he sits down at his supercomputer and plugs in exactly what he's doing, what he's looking for, help find bad guys or solutions to things. And so this kind of has that feel. You know, you come into this, just walk out here. You know, you arrive at this installation, you've got all these damn turrets out here and solar panels, and there's this big, huge mountain. And you just come across this combat steel and tinted glass. And your first thought is probably something like, what goes on in here? You know, this like pseudo-hidden area that you just stumble upon. Yeah. So let's just keep working. I'm gonna take the drill and just blast out a little bit more of this so we can get this connected. And these little quick jobs, I just like using the hand drill instead of, you know, getting in the HV and firing up the beast. Although, to be honest, that's kind of more than just a quick Quick job. Oh, we're getting low on food. Again, we're kind of battling time until we have to go forage on the planet. So let's get, I think this is the one that has the burgers. Yep. So that's one, and we'll need one more. Fill my food meter up bottom left-hand corner. Okay, so we're gonna hop into the beast here, and we're gonna zap some of this cave wall away, this mountain wall, all this rock. Couple little pulses with the beast. We don't need to overdo things, which is very easy to do because these tier 2 drills are no joke. No joke. All right. So, oh yeah, we can angle in here a little bit. Zap, zap, zap. Clear that off a little bit more. Zap, zap, zap. So I think that just saved us a little bit of time using the hand drill. Let's get that corner exposed. All right.
All right, let's put back the push to talk. The other one had some problems, it looked like. I have a mouse that has, I can swap out my buttons. I can have 2, 7, or 12. So I just swap that out. Well, now it's freaking stuck.
Did you set it up as a toggle or as a... You have to hold it down?
Maybe it's a holder. Yeah, now it's not stuck. Must have been a second for the program to kick in.
You must have a fan in your room.
It's my server.
Ah. Yeah, I can hear the whine coming from it.
Yeah, it's like 2 feet away. I should put some sort of thing over my closet when I'm moving in a few months. I'm like,
that was not the drill. Let's pull out a sniper rifle and just blast the dirt. Because that makes sense. Alright, let's just run back over here.
How's the food situation down at the base?
This planet, not the greatest. But I have some burgers still.
No, wrong button, son.
Kind of went a little bit past where we were working, but that's alright. And we'll copy that block that's over there. I'm using as my walls for the inside. There we go. So we have that whole side connected. We're just going to work on over here a little bit. I'm going to attach this combat steel. And run these two into each other, hopefully. So we got some rock to remove there. We'll just grab the beast again for that. Quick job. Kind of nice having a super drill handy, so we just blast away a little bit there. Okay, we gotta remember not to go too crazy because that is on the wall that is facing the outside world. It is not in the mountain. Kind of want to blast a little bit more just so I can get that to connect. So we'll just very gently come over here and
oh well then.
Grab that rock.
Remember those items I duplicated a while back?
Yeah.
Same thing happened again. I tried doing it, and this time it just disappeared.
that was not the color. Dang it. There we go. That's the color. I want to make sure I get all this sealed in. So it looks like that's all green, meshed with rock. So I think we're airtight right there. We're gonna find out when we go to look at the oxygen in here in a little bit. Alright, back to using glass for preserving the look in here. Because again, we're trying to make it so that it's airtight, but I don't want to just put regular stuff in front of it. So we're trying to utilize as many windows as we can so we can still see the mountain rock. That's the theme. So we'll just put a couple of these together. Might have to drill that out a little bit more. That's okay. It's gonna be kind of hard to attach that right there, but I think we might not have to. Where's that on top? Can we grab right there, that edge? That does not look like what I want to do. Let's just see. Oh, we can't put it right there. Okay. Put that in place. And then we got some... Oh, we're too high. Why am I too high? Because I'm standing on top of the tier 2 generator. We'll go back to drone mode when we're not standing on top of the generator, because the last thing this guy needs is to get heat stroke on a snow planet. Go figure out that one works. Alright. So we'll just, that should be one that we can still see outside. I like the interactive
setup on these motion sensors. Super handy.
Oh, the signal logic with them?
No, they're interactive setups. You can set like 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah.
whatever.
I love that. So you can see exactly where and fine tune it.
Yep. Not guessing. God, I think it's 4 blocks this, right?
Okay, so that should be sealed because that runs right into the rock right there. And then we just have all this rock there. So I'm kind of wondering how we're looking at the moment. A lot of green, which is good. And green and rock together. I'm hoping that this is all sealed in. Nope, it's not, 'cause look at that right there. We almost missed that little section. So we might just attach right there and sneak in some blocks up there on the higher side. Doesn't look the greatest. Maybe I can do like a half slab. Of course, it's not called a half slab in this game. But we can do a wall. And we can flip this wall. Like so. And let's just shove that up there. Yeah, so we'll have a little sliver of a corner pop out right there, which, you know, all things considered, I think I'll just run this across isn't that bad of a